In the heart of a bustling city where skyscrapers touch the sky, there was a young woman named Lyra who lived in a quaint little cottage nestled by the edge of a picturesque forest. Her name was Elara, and she had an indelible love for music that transcended the simple rhythms of her birthplace. One crisp autumn evening, as the sun set over the horizon, casting a golden glow across the landscape below, Lyra found herself wandering through the forest. She heard distant laughter and the rustle of leaves, which immediately sparked an idea inside her heart. "Elara," she said aloud, feeling a rush of excitement and wonder at her own name. "I must go and see if I can perform for this group of musicians who gather here every week." As Lyra ventured deeper into the forest, she noticed that their path was lined with trees where only certain species were known to live. The sky above them was adorned with delicate patterns of leaves, creating a beautiful contrast against the distant sunlight filtering through the treetops. In the center of the forest stood a small cabin, its walls painted in hues of orange and gold by the sun's gentle rays. A group of musicians approached Lyra cautiously, their eyes wide as they listened to her playing with an air of anticipation. "Elara," she greeted them politely, feeling the familiar connection that had been forming around her. "I am a singer. But you have a talent for music too." The musicians nodded, taking in her performance from afar. They were captivated by Lyra's beautiful voice and the way it flowed through her body. "You are indeed one of a kind," the lead musician said with a small smile. As Lyra continued to play, she felt an inexplicable connection with the audience around her. The musicians became more attentive, their faces lit up as they listened intently to her performance. She knew that this encounter would change her life forever, and that she had found her true calling. Meanwhile, Lyra's cottage was filled with a sense of belonging and wonder. She enjoyed the company of her family and friends, who often came to visit, much like the musicians did every week at the forest's music festival. For months, Lyra practiced tirelessly every day after work. Her dedication grew stronger as she felt drawn closer to the world of music. Her performance inspired a crowd of people from different walks of life, some of whom were familiar with her and others who had never seen her before. One day, they gathered in front of her cottage for a grand concert at night. As the lights started to dim, Lyra stood up, her voice trembling slightly but her eyes shining. "Thank you," she said softly, reaching out to wrap an arm around the musician's waist. "Elara," he replied, smiling and hugging her back. "We have all come to witness the beauty of your talent." Lyra felt a sense of relief as they parted ways, both knowing that their lives would be forever connected through music. The forest had transformed from a serene place of silence into a world where dreams came alive. From then on, Lyra's life became an endless cycle of performances and encounters with the music she loved, turning her into a legend in the hearts of those who knew her.